If you're looking for answers about your irregular periods, you really clicked on the right video. And you might be thinking, well, why is a dude telling me about my periods? And I used to get this question a lot when the first book that I released was on how to correct menstrual cramps. But the reality is that when I lost my voice for 8 years and 23 doctors couldn't figure it out, I had to travel the country, attending every nutrition or natural health workshop or seminar that I could find just to learn about how the body works so I could find my own answers. And while I was trying to figure out my own stuff, I learned some freaky stuff about how the body works along the way. And when a girl came to me with debilitating menstrual cramps, where she had to be balled up in the fetal position under her covers for 3 days, and I helped her fix that, like every girl in town started showing up at my door, like, hey, are you the cramps guy? And I learned a whole lot about how the menstrual cycle works. So in this video, not only are you going to understand why the irregular periods are showing up, you're going to understand 4 steps that you can take to correct them. Let's jump in.
TC Hale is not a doctor and does not claim to be a doctor or licensed in any type of medical field. Don't be an idiot and use anything heard on the show as medical advice. This information should be used for educational purposes only, and you should contact your doctor for any medical advice. Now get off me.
So to understand why a period may not be showing up as scheduled, or maybe you're even missing months altogether or a few months at a time, we really need to acknowledge that this period is part of the reproductive system. It's part of having the ability to create this human with your body. And then they're small and they're cute and they call you Dada and it's awesome. But to understand what's going on, we need to look at the fact that to create another human being takes a lot of resources. It takes vitamins and minerals and amino acids and all these resources that we have on our body to build this human being. Like if you wanted to build a house, you would need resources. You would need hammers and nails and wood or brick or whatever you were going to build the house with. You would need those resources. Otherwise, your housewarming party would be a bunch of people standing in your yard eating egg salad. So the resources are important. So what happens is when a woman doesn't have enough resources to build this human being, Mother Nature will kind of shut the system down in an effort to protect the woman. If the woman were to give all of her resources towards this child, but she didn't really have a lot of resources to start with, it could really put her in a really bad place. So Mother Nature says, hey, I'm going to help you out. I'm going to shut this down until we get more resources in the system, and then I'll bring it back up again. So if you're having irregular periods, the first thing that you can do on your own at home is you can look at your blood pressure. You can get an automatic blood pressure cuff at pretty much any pharmacy in the country. And when you look at your blood pressure, you want to look at that systolic number, which is the top number, and you want to see, is it below 112? If it's below 112, that's a strong indication that you don't have a lot of minerals in the system. And when minerals go low, it can push this body into a bit of a panic. When minerals or other nutrients go too low, it's almost like the body is trying to pay $800 worth of bills with 12 bucks. That's going to be a stress on the body. And when the body moves into this stress state, it's called the sympathetic state. It's part of our autonomic nervous system. And if the body is moving too far into this sympathetic fight or flight state, it's going to deprioritize reproduction and it's going to prioritize survival. So when we see irregular periods and we see a low blood pressure with it, that's a strong indication that the system just doesn't have enough resources for the body to function the way that it wants to function. Now, it is possible that a person could be peeing out too many minerals, but the most common cause for low blood pressure and low mineral levels and low mineral and nutrient resources is digestive malfunctions. So if you're dealing with any digestive symptoms at all, anything like burping or bloating or acid reflux or constipation or diarrhea or nausea or even just skin or acne issues, all of these things are strong signs that digestion is not functioning the way that it should. And you have an inability to pull all the nutrients out of the food that you're eating. That's why you eat the food. You eat the food to get the nutrients. So what happens is we eat food and our stomachs make hydrochloric acid to start to break that food down. Then when that acidified food leaves the stomach, we drop this alkaline bile down from the gallbladder onto this acidic product to neutralize those acids. And when this acid meets this alkaline, it creates this sizzle. And that sizzle is what really helps us bust that food apart and pull all the nutrients and minerals out of that food. But it's really common for someone not to be making enough stomach acid for a wide variety of reasons. and it's really common for someone's bile to become too thick and sticky to flow correctly. So if either side of digestion isn't working correctly, you don't get that sizzle, and you can't really get all of the nutrients and minerals out of the food that you're eating. So if this goes on for too long, nutrient reserves start to go down, the body starts to stress out, and Mother Nature says, hey, I'm going to help you out, and I'm going to shut this system down. And maybe your period doesn't show up for a month or 2 or 6. Now, to fix this problem, you can supplement with minerals and things to lift your mineral and nutrient levels, but what you really want to do is fix any digestive malfunctions to fix the underlying cause of the problem. You want to digest your food anyways, so you can get the use out of the food that you're eating. So my book, Kick Your Fat in the Nuts, walks you through how to figure out if there's any digestive malfunctions going on, and if so, what steps you can take to improve these. And the book is available on Amazon, but in the description below this video, I'm going to get you a link to get the whole thing for free. So you can just get the whole book for free, and it'll walk you through that process. The book will also walk you through some simple self-tests that you can do at home using tools you can pick up at a pharmacy or a health food store to get an idea of, oh, maybe am I dealing with too low of a mineral levels? And maybe am I dealing with other issues that are creating significant imbalances that could be stressing the body out? So step number 1 is to correct any digestive malfunctions. Step number 2 could be a way to kind of fix some things a little bit faster by supplementing with either minerals or nutrients that are easy for the body to access. A great one is a grass-fed liver pills. That can give the body a lot of nutrients that are harder to access from other sources. Another great way to do that is with bone broth, maybe some collagen powder, grass-fed collagen powder. And if you can get a really good sea salt, like an unrefined salt, that can give you access to a lot of minerals that are easy for the body to use. We don't need to be afraid of salt because our Uncle Bill had high blood pressure and the doctor told him it was going to kill him. A lot of us really need salt, and it's best to use an unrefined salt, something like sea salt. There's a brand, Celtic sea salt, that makes a version called Flower of the Ocean, and this is not sponsored by Flower of the Ocean. It just happens to be a salt that I use with a lot of my clients. You can find it on Amazon or a health food store, but it seems to have a higher level of minerals and to help people replace those missing minerals a little bit faster. So these are steps that you can take, especially the bone broth is great because it gives you access to all of these nutrients in a liquid form so you don't have to digest them and break them down. They just go right in. So if you can take these steps while you're working on improving any digestive malfunctions, it can give your body a lift a little bit faster. Step number 3 is to reduce any stress issues. And when I say this, it could be stress in your life. And if you have stress in your life, you need to reduce that because that stress pushes your body into that sympathetic fight or flight state. And if the body gets really stuck in that state and can't move back between the sympathetic and parasympathetic states, then it can really cause the body to say, hey, we need to prioritize just surviving, and we're going to put this reproductive stuff on the back burner for now. But the other problem can be, maybe you don't have stress in your life, but there could be stress in your body. Maybe your body is dealing with some type of infection or invader or bacterial overgrowth in the digestive system like SIBO or H. pylori in the stomach or something like that. Or maybe your body doesn't have enough resources for it to function the way that it wants to function, and that's stressing the body out. So a lot of times fixing digestive issues so you can pull more minerals in the system can relieve the stress that the body is dealing with and help your period go back to its normal cycle. So stress in either way can be a really big deal. And step number 4 is to correct any eating disorders or over-exercising problems. I see this a lot where girls will be working out too much, or maybe they're not eating at all, or they're binge eating and purging in an effort to lose weight. And what we need to understand is that that puts a major stress on the body. A lot of people are viewing this calories in, calories out method that is 100% fiction. It's not accurate at all. You're using horrible, horrible advice. And that book that I put for the link for free down below in the description will help you understand why this is so problematic and can actually lead to weight gain. And it'll help you understand how to lose weight the right way. But when we can learn how to work with our body instead of against it, not only can the body function a lot better, but it becomes a lot easier to lose the weight as well. So those are your 4 steps. Fix any digestive malfunctions, lift your mineral levels, reduce any stress in your life or your body, and eliminate any eating disorders or over-exercising practices. Now, if you do have digestive issues and you need to correct them, know that as you correct digestion, the period can go a little even more haywire. Maybe you have a period and then you have another one show up like 2 weeks later, or some craziness like that can happen. And that seems to be very common and part of the process of correcting those digestive malfunctions and the body starting to get more of the nutrients that it was missing. So don't freak out if that happens. So we'll put the link to that free book below, and if you don't like to read, we also have a totally free digestion course that'll walk you through those same steps, and we'll put the link to that totally free course below as well. For now, if you are dealing with this crazy period stuff and digestive symptoms, then check out our video on understanding digestive troubles to give you more insights on steps you can take right away. I can't wait to hear about your results.